take my tool here, my detailing knife, and just start trimming this out a little bit. I want to carve away from the cloth. Now the shirt is going to go over the pants. So we're going to look over the shirt. Let's erase that. I want to make a little scoop right here to bring kind of the shirt out a little bit, kind of flare out a little. See how that kind of flares out? Same on this side. So we're going to take a little bit off because we did make our measurements. This is going to be kind of like tight clothing. Well, that certainly didn't help. Blowing there, and then scoop. We still want to keep the shape. Now the shirt is going to, the stomach, this is going to be an open stomach here. Now I want to be careful here because we just leaned it a little bit. Where I still want to keep the center just bulging out a little more than the sides. At the same time creating this little flange here. Same on this side. A bit of cleaning to do. Okay, now comes the fun part here. Is trying to get a knife or a tool or chisel in. Again, you could do this, you could probably even do this without the head on and then create a hole where the neck is supposed to be and where the shoulder is. And little more smoothing here. What do we got for a chisel? Or where's my... This knife is still sharp enough to do... Oh yeah, it's sharp enough to do this. A knife with a sharper. We're scooping up. I'm scooping up towards the neck. We got a nice long... A knife with a nice long blade would work here. Oops, I forgot to take that out of there. Same with the boots. Now the boots are going to be sticking out. Still maybe in the process of thinning the legs up a little bit. Now we'll come back later on that because it'll be right here. There's more, I want to say meat or wood here, and then it kind of comes in a little bit here. We'll work more on that later. Still not coming out of there. Same with the hands. Oops, I forgot to put the cut in there. More detailing up there. Or cleaning up, not detailing, but cleaning. Getting there. I can start working a little bit on taking the chisel and where are we here, and start putting in some. Let's start in on this side here. My number 9. Same with this here, but I want to go up to here. Now remember, this is sticking out. This is puffing up from the arm, or from the shoulder, pardon me. Just a little bit. Here. Now we're getting there. Now we're taking a smaller number 9. Where are you? Smaller number 9 right here. Go on some of them here. Go a little deeper to get a knife on that. depending on how sharp you want this to be. Because later you're going to take a knife and kind of round it off. And then we're going to come this way. Take it off like that. Take my knife for cleaning. Cleaning this out of here. And then I'm going to kind of take some of those corners off. Smooth it a little bit. Some of the sharpness out of it, you can keep it in there if you want. And then I want a bigger tool here for, well, let's get this one here, for this here. Oh, where are you? Do that again. I'm going to get off the table here. I should have put my chisel glove on. That's for starters. Then we'll work up to the next chisel up. Depends on how sharp you want this. How far up you want it to go. Let's go on this side a little bit. I'm just going to carve mostly on this side. So that kind of brings that up that way. Let's do it in reverse here. We're going to carve on this side instead of in the center. Get a little out of there. I'll just do a little bit here. So you can go sharper. Keep going as sharp as you want. Take your knife and cut that out of there. Take some of the edges off if you want. The sharpness out of there. Okay, put a little bend to it here. Scooping here so this will come out, kind of curl a little bit. See that curl there? I'm going to do a few. So far, so good. Okay, let's, we're going to work on the eyes here. Make sure the face is pretty well set here for you. Now what I did do was use a tiny V tool, a tiny number 9, and I dug in here because we want the eyeball to be rounded this way on both sides. So I did kind of dig in here a little bit to make sure that it's rounded. Put the eye line in. Make sure the face is pretty well cleaned up at this point. See how can I, there we go. How close can we get here without too much shadowing and having my light in the way? All right. All right. Let us continue. I put the eye line in. Now we want to have, depends on how wide you want the eyes. You can use a measurement on the on this pattern here. Maybe just to get you an idea of how you want it. Is that going to be too wide, or is that, and then, no, that might be perfect. So here we go. So can I do this? Oh my goodness, this is going to be difficult to do here. Let me swing this for now. Can you see that? Too much shadow. So I'm going to make a line here. Let me do it and then I'll show you. Make a line here. Make a line here. There. Let's swing it back. And then you want this same distance here, from here to here, here to here, same distance. Here to here, here to here, same distance. You can use the calipers. I'm just gonna, I think I can eye it in. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I didn't even have it on the camera here. Let me do that again. Sorry. From here to here, same from here to here. Here to here, same from here to here. Sorry about that. Let's bring it. I need to get up a little closer again. Now we want to pencil in. Go sharply up and then slowly down. Same with the bottom, goes sharply down and slowly up. Sharply up, slowly down. Sharply down over here, slowly up. Kind of difficult with free-handed. Now I check to make sure that everything looks all right. Don't go too sharp here. Sometimes having your carving upside down, you get to see it a little differently. Now I'm going to do this different than I've done with my other videos. What I do is I would take my knife. I would take my knife and I draw along the line But I am going to use this time a small V tool because I want this to be a little more delicate, and I think because of the hat it's going to be difficult with a knife somewhat. And just simply bring your V tool to kind of erase what you just had. Do that again on this side because it kind of went sharply down and then slowly up. And this side would be slowly down and sharp like that. Now let's take a look. How did I do? We can do some shaping. Now we're going to, the only time I need to take the knife is we're going to do it here. We're going to take a little V here. Then we're going to take a chip out. Same with on this side. Chip out. Cleanly, hopefully. Then in the center this way here. Then we're going to go up just a little bit. And then we're going to go down a little bit. Now the reason why I want to be careful, I didn't want to use the knife. And you're rounding the ball here. I didn't want to use the knife too much because I didn't want it to get too deep. Because this is a female face, female figure. Cleaning up the, erasing the pencil marks. Oh. And then coming down. Yeah, that hat is being a little difficult. Do some erasing here. Now I want to put in, while I have my knife in hand, you can use a chisel, a small V or small vein or chisel you want, number 9. But you want to do this little scoop here. A little scoop here. Make it a soft scoop so it doesn't get in too sharp into the chin or cheek. And now we're forming the bottom of the eyelid. Same width on this side. Hope that is focused and close enough for you. Alright, then I'm going to take that little V again and just above the eye, create the eyelid. Just above the eye, create the eyelid. Take my knife again, make sure it's, I think the eyeball might need to be a little more rounded in places and still a little more cleaned up here and there. But what I want to do is, I'm going to come down here like this, take a small chip out like that. Same on the other side. Come down like this. like that. Now there's going to be a lot of cleaning up to do, I am sure. It's kind of hard to get in there with the camera too. That's the other issue that I have. And then one more thing before we go, or actually two more things. We want to make sure that the eyebrow line is smoothed out. It's round, not flattened. You just round this off because you don't want it to be sharp. Want it to be rounded. Same around by the edge of the nose there. And there's sure to be a lot of cleaning up to do. And then we want to add just around the forehead a little bit, having a little bit of an eyebrow bone, or eyebrow bone extension coming out. Trying to get it so we can see it without the shadow. Well, the face is relatively done, other than cleaning up here and there. What I did do is I did clean up the area. I don't know if you noticed it. I did clean up things a little bit. I'm going to come over here and I want to work with the hands, pencil, and we want all 4 fingers here, so the distance between the 2 in the center. So I did make this cut here where the fingers are going to come to an end, and then between the 2. Actually, it's only going to come to about here. And then we don't have to worry about this finger because the thumb is covering the finger. Like that. Halfway between. A little bit here. The tool. Little here, just a little thing here. Now this one I have should come up just a little bit close to the thumb. I mean, not a little bit. Okay, next, I want to take the fingers. I want to take the knife very carefully, just put little separation. I think, did I go? Oh, I did go through, dang it. Well, which is okay, because, yeah, it is going to go through. What am I talking? The only reason why I don't want it to go through is I want it to, you know, for the sake of, so it don't break off. And then we round the finger a bit. that's the reason why. I mean, just wanted to have enough wood to support. And then around the fingers, just kind of a all right, same with this side. Let's not try to get too, oh, I did break through. I mean, as far as the carving is concerned, it's still good because the fingers are separated a little bit. I just want support there. Round it off a little bit. Yeah, this one looks good, but this one here doesn't come to an end. Oh boy, that's getting close. Oh, that is getting close. Do a little bit of race in here. So there we go here. Now for the hair, I can take my visor off here. It depends on what we want to do. Let's pencil it in first. I think we might want a little wavy. Depends on what you want. Wavy enough. Get my industrial. Oh, I also get my chisel glove on. Let's see what we can do for starters here. Dig deep, and then we're going to take the knife and define it deeper and more, and then after that we'll take a smaller V tool and define it sort of more of a finer definition. Okay, let's just get started. Where's my bigger knife? Let's define this a little bit here. We're going a little deeper here. Or you could have started with the knife instead of the chisel. I like the chisel to kind of help me figure out what and where I'm going. This is where this. We'll get to the end of it later here. Right now I just want to try to do set up a pattern as to how this is going to go. I'm going to do just a small part of the hair, and you can do the rest all the way around. But just to give you a show as to what I'm trying to do here. All right. Now I want to bring things around. This thing comes to an end here. So I'm bringing some definition. Let's do a little bit undercutting here. One of my bigger chisels. Oops. And so that's what you're doing. You're going back and forth. It's all willy-nilly. And so on. Now for the end, clean it up a little bit first. Oh, I didn't realize that I got my black glove on. Didn't realize it. Curl right here on the end, getting started here, just to get a feel for the way down. And this would go all the way up. Just going to kind of end it right here. That kind of went by itself. I wanted to curl it. But what I'm trying to get at, get these curls in. Okay, what I'm trying to get at, sorry. See, that's what I do is I try to curl to the end, and then what I want to do is take a knife. This is the definition here.